Welcome to the last part of our 10-year anniversary here at the program Power to Unite with Elvira, where we had our guest, Father Jean-Marc Balhan of the Society of Jesus. He is the parish priest of Ankara, at the same time president of the Union of Religious in Turkey. What we are going to talk about, is very important because it makes us understand the Muslim world. And he's an expert on that based on our interview in the first part and second, where he really immersed himself with the Arabic world, like in Egypt and in Turkey. So it's very important to listen to another interesting chapter here at the program Power to Unite with Elvira.
There's a desperation that exists in the world, a growing helplessness we're at a loss to solve. We yearn for peace, yet fight for selfish reasons. We search for meaning, but fooled by illusions. What went wrong? Why does every day seem to get worse in the midst of doubt and temptation? God gives us the simple solution. Read the Bible, the Word of God will give you strength to face the challenge of living. Read the Bible, open it, feel it, understand it. It is the source of our hope when life is too heavy to bear, when all seems lost and unclear. Read the Bible and its message will wipe away your fear.
Father Jean-Marc, my question now, because at least you make us understand the differences between the traditional Catholic and the international community and how you try to face these challenges, working it out together. How is the relationship now of the Muslim brothers and sisters, How do you find that,
In Turkey, we are a very small minority. And again, as I said, there are different kinds of Christians.
Yes.
So if you are an Armenian or a Syriac Christian, you are just part of normal communities. And obviously there are prejudices, as there are in all societies. There are prejudices to Armenians and so on. So people try to, but they have their own way of living these. But they are not only a question of prejudices, there are nice friendships as well. So all this is mixed. As foreigners, it depends a bit. You have some foreigners who feel really at ease in the society where they live, and foreigners who live among themselves and who have no relationship with the surrounding community. We, as Catholic Church in Turkey, we try to have the best relation as possible with our Muslim brothers and sisters, and at different levels. So what are these levels? First of all, you have the ordinary level, the everyday life, when saying hello to people in the street, going to the hairdresser, taking the taxi, answering their questions. They have their prejudices or they have their own thought, and then we discuss, and this is a nice way to have an elementary kind of dialogue. This is the everyday life. This is the everyday life dialogue that everyone can have. Having good human relationship with one another, just to avoid any misunderstandings when they are. But as well, we have a church, and this church is open during the week, and people are visiting the church. And the majority of the people who are visiting the church, they are not Christians, they are Muslims. And why do they come to the church? Because they are curious. So they just want to know what the church looks like, because it's an old building for Ankara. Or they want to pray. Yes, some of them light a candle, for example. Or we have people who have a special suffering, and then it's a bit strange, but they come to the church to speak with the priest about their own suffering, trying to understand a bit where it comes from. they think very often that they are the victim of a curse. This is the local way of thinking, and then they think that the priest can deliver them from that curse. Obviously, we do not really accept this because we don't believe in this curse, but we try to talk with the people, and so that we try to put them in touch with God in one way or another. And in the end of the conversation, we hope that they might be a bit relieved with the conversation, having put in touch with God in one way or another. We receive schools as well. Schools are visiting us, and it is a way as well to speak about our own faith and to share our questions. As well, we have a good relationship with the Muslim Faculty of Theology in Ankara. So students from that faculty come to us to visit the church, especially to understand a bit better the Christian symbols, why we use candles, what is a cross, why we use water, liturgical vestments, and so on. And it is a way as well to share a bit about what Christians are believing in. From time to time, I'm invited as well to the Muslim Faculty of Theology to give a talk to say what it means being a Christian, what it means being a priest. And I have a free talk with the students, and it's always very interesting for both of us.
So that's a good way of reaching out to them, to make them understand. I'm very curious, Father Jean-Marc, because in our earlier conversation, you mentioned that even Muslim people goes to the church. You don't understand why, maybe out of curiosity. You said they even lighted candles and pray. Does it has to do with the role of Mama Mary in the Muslim world, in the Quran? Because I think it's being mentioned in the Quran. I am not so sure,
That's true. In fact, yes. And it is interesting you speak about Mama Mary. Yes. This is the way Turks are speaking about Mama Mary. They call her Meryem Ana, which means literally Mama Mary. And in fact, it is the only woman present in the Quran. The only woman present in the Quran is Mary. And that's true. They have a special devotion. You may know that there is a special sanctuary near to Ephesus, near to 100 kilometers from the city of Izmir. A tradition says that Mary would have lived there with John. Well, it is a tradition. We don't know at the historical point of view what it is, but at least it is a traditional place of pilgrimage, and we have people coming from all around the world to pray there, and not only people from all around the world, but Muslims as well who go there and who go there to pray and to make some vows and to write some special petition on pieces of paper and sticking them to a tree there or to a place there. Yes, it is a place of popular devotion even for Turkish Muslims.
In your study of Quran, do you have this curiosity why Mama Mary is the only woman ever mentioned?
She's the mother of Jesus. And Jesus is considered by the Muslims a prophet, so the Muslims do not accept Jesus obviously as the Son of God. They do not accept Jesus as the incarnation of God, but they accept Jesus as a prophet among others who has a special role, like Moses or other people. And Mary is the mother of Jesus, and the fact is that she is mentioned in the Quran. She's the only one. She's the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran. When we want to pray, we want to feel, some nearness, and maybe that Mary gives some, nearness to God. Maybe this is the reason why people. In fact, this is the reason why Catholics have a special devotion to Mary, because Jesus, yes, but Mary, we feel her a bit more near to us. This is maybe why there is a special devotion to Mary among Catholics, and maybe for Muslims too. Muslim, as I said, in Muslim tradition, God in Muslim tradition is Allahu Akbar. He's great. There is no God but God. God is very transcendent, and a popular way of getting near to God in Islam, especially in Sufi Islam, is to get in touch with Sufi saints. And to be in touch with people who have been in touch themselves with God. So Mary, the mother of Jesus, is someone who in some way was near to a prophet. And this is a way to get near to God, to be able to touch God in one way or another.
Maybe without our knowing it, Mama Mary plays a very important role in their life also to accept us for what we are, for our faith.
Yeah, I would not exaggerate the place of Mary, but it is true that, for example, in a country like Lebanon, what you said, in a sense, has find some completion. For example, now in Lebanon, the 25th of March, the feast of the Annunciation, has been declared a national holiday, a national inter-religious holiday, for Christians and Muslims, as a symbol of nearness, as a symbol of togetherness, which is a beautiful symbol in Lebanon. I mean, it doesn't have the same meaning in Turkey.
The search is on for the best videos for, by, and with children. The Sinabata Video Festival, open to all Filipinos. Winners will receive prizes. For details, visit or contact the following.